Hello everybody, welcome on back to another video on the Unibit show. And today I'm going to be taking the Lego Star Wars Arrowhead set from Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures, and this is a non-canonical ship, so it doesn't come in any of the Star Wars movies itself. It just comes in that series, and that was actually a Lego series which is now finished, and this ship didn't make much of an appearance in the series itself, so it's not a major ship, but honestly I really like the design on this thing. I think that it's a really nice slick model, and I think that the figures are great, which I will show you later on in the video. So if you do enjoy the video, then please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So first off, I'm going to be taking the actual Arrowhead itself, and first off I'm just going to sort of give my overall opinion on this thing. So I think it's a nice design. It's mainly done in grey, however there are a few hints of red throughout the whole thing, and then there's a bit of a tan colour as well, and then we've also got a bit of gold as well, which is actually really nice to see. So first off, I'm going to be taking the front section here, and it's a pretty narrow area. It's pretty thin, and there are a lot of textures of colours. You'll see that we've got a lot of grey tiles here, and then we've got a bit of the gold grill pieces as well. But over here we have the main mechanism of the whole ship, the arrow, and you'll see that we've got a few of the joint pieces there. I'm not a massive fan of that. I wish that they weren't seen, especially that blue pin that you can see through. I don't think that's very nice, but there is a lever on the other side, and you can actually move the arrow in and out. So you can move it in like that, and you'll see that it just nicely sits there. I'm not a massive fan of it though, because it does sort of stick out from the top, which is quite unfortunate, and then it just replaces it with a few of the guns. However, I would definitely just recommend keeping it out at all time, because it just looks so much better. And then when you take it out, you have a bit of a gap there. So just to show you what it looks like, the knob, it's a very simple design. It's just sort of integrated in there. It's not one of them things that is right in your face, and it just easily slides, and it allows for easy play. And then just moving along, you'll see that we've got a few more Technic holes there with them pieces, and then we've got a few more of these golden grill pieces, which is really nice to see. And then we've got a lot of these light grey tiles, and then we've got a lot of these light grey plates as well, and you'll see that we've got a red layer underneath, which is actually really nice. I like the texture of that. And we've got another red piece there, but that is a tile piece. And then over here we have the cockpit section, which I will show you in just a minute, but just to show you what the sides of it looks like, you'll see that we've got a few of these pieces with stickers on, and we've got the same ones on the other side. So just to show you these stickers, you'll see that they're exactly the same on the other side, and then we've got a few more pieces used for the texturing there, which is actually really nice to see. And then we've also got the cockpit section. So the cockpit is not one but two large pieces. The front one is printed. You'll see that we've got the windscreen there, and then we've got a nice design at the top, and then we've also got a bit on the sides as well, which is really nice to see. Then we have the back, that's just a normal plain light grey piece there with a few extra pieces added on for detail, and this can be easily taken off. It's not actually connected with much, it's just connected with two studs, one there, and then we've got one there. So the cockpit is pretty big. It can fit 4 figures, and that's quite a lot, saying the size of this ship. I wouldn't have expected that, to be honest. So we have the front here where we fit Xander, and just to take him out so you can see what it looks like inside, it's a pretty simple design. You'll see that we've got a lever there resting on a yellow tile, and then we've got the back, which is just another very simple design. And then Cordy, she's just hanging out there with the other 2 figures, and these are actually separate builds. So what you do is you build this front section here, and then you build these 3 separately. So just to show you the back 3 seats, you'll see that it's pretty spacious. So you put one figure here, and then put one there, and then you have a figure at the back there, which has a bit of a control panel, and that just rests on some grill pieces. And then the back here, we've got some more extra detail, and we've got the main kyber crystal here, which actually has these 2 round oval trans blue pieces surrounding it, and that can be taken out. Just to reveal the kyber crystal, it's not a perfect design. I'm not a massive fan of that grey piece that's in the middle. I think that Lego could have perhaps replaced it with a trans blue stud. That would have been cool. And there's another one of them oval pieces at the bottom there. And that is sort of it for the Kyber Crystal. And then on the sides, we've actually got a few turrets. So we've got one there, and then we've got another one on the other side. And these can be moved up and down just like that. They're pretty stiff as well. And then we have a spring-loaded shooter, and that can be fired out by just pressing on the tail. And that is done in a translucent blue piece like the Kyber Crystal. So the back is very similar in its design. You'll see that we've got another one of these sticker pieces here, and then we've got another one on the other side. And then if I just turn this over, we've got these pieces here which can actually be moved up and down like that. I'm not actually sure if that's meant to be the case, but it's nice that you can do that. And then we have the thrusters at the back. So let's just show you from another angle what the thrusters look like. You'll see that we've got the big one in the center there, and then we've got 4 surrounding it. We've got 2 on either side, and you'll see that they have these translucent blue circular pieces on them. I actually think that the thrusters look really nice on this ship. So you also get this mini transport pod, and it's just a very simple design. Just to show the bottom, you'll see that we've got 3 of these translucent white circular pieces there, which sort of just make it float and hover around, because that's sort of how a pod is supposed to be. And then we've got a few tools there attached to some black clips, and then we've got 2 spare spring-loaded shooters for the Arrowhead in case you lose them. And then at the front here, we've actually got these 2 translucent green pieces done in light green, and then we've got a dark grey grill piece, and then we can actually put a figure on there. So I think that you're meant to put the Stormtrooper on here. So here I have the Stormtrooper, and you just slide him on like that. But unfortunately, it doesn't have any studs on the bottom there because it's covered with tiles. So it does sometimes fall off. So for example, if you're gonna ride it, it does tend to sort of slip off or something. So now I'm going to be taking the minifigures, and the first figure I have here is Xander. This is actually a really nice figure, and he is one of the main figures in the series. He was Rowan's brother, which is the main protagonist. So yeah, he's a pretty significant character in the series, and he comes with his own custom blaster, which is actually really cool to see. And it's done in black, but then it's got a light grey hook on the end, which is actually really cool. And I think the torso and legs is actually really nice as well. You'll see that he's got the Freemaker symbol there, and then he's got a bit of a man purse or utility bag there. And I'm not a massive fan of that because it links from the torso to legs. There is a bit of a blue line in the middle, so that's pretty unfortunate. But besides that, everything else is actually really cool. He doesn't come with any printing on the arms because he doesn't have any sleeves, and he doesn't actually come with an alternate face as well, and I think that's pretty unfortunate. He just comes with that normal face there, and they could have easily done an alternate face, but they just didn't, so I'm pretty ashamed with Lego for that. And then here we have the back. I actually think the back is a pretty nice design with the lines in it, and that is sort of it for this figure. So next up we have another very important character, Cordy, who is Xander's and Rowan's sister, and she comes with another custom blaster there. You'll see that it's sort of the same. It's done in black with the light grey hook there, and the torso's pretty nice. She comes with green legs. You'll see that she's got the Freemaker sign there as well, which is actually really nice to see. She doesn't come with any printing on the arms, unfortunately, and she doesn't come with an alternate face either. So none of the figures in this set come with an alternate face, which is pretty unfortunate. And here we have the back. It's just a pretty simple design, and that is it for this figure. Next up we have Roger, and he is a battle droid which has been sort of broken down and repaired. You'll see that he comes with a normal battle droid arm there, but then the rest of his body is sort of done in a light brown, and then he has a dark brown torso piece there. And for those of you who have subscribed to me, you'll know that I don't like battle droids that much because they're just very fidgety, and you can't really play with them that much. I mean, look at that. He's pretty hard to play with, and he doesn't come with much printing. He comes with a blaster, which is just a normal blaster, and it's got that piece on at the front there, and that's done in black. And then just to show you the back, there's not really any printing on there because he's a battle droid. So next up we have my personal favourite character in this set, Quarry. This is his first time making an appearance in a Lego set. He's a pretty simple figure. He comes with a black wrench, and he comes with these short legs, meaning that he doesn't have any printing on him, which is pretty unfortunate. But I think that torso is actually really nice, and you'll see that he's got a really nice mold for his head there, which is probably my most favorite part about him. And then he's got this sort of white hat on top, and then just to show you the back, he's got a bit of printing there, and I think that's sort of meant to represent oil marks. I'm not particularly sure about that, but that is sort of it for this figure. And then lastly, we have the Imperial Stormtrooper, a figure that has appeared in many LEGO Star Wars sets, so I'm not going to spend very long on this. He comes with a black blaster there, and you'll see that the printing on the torso and legs is actually pretty cool. Even though we've had this figure many times in the past, I still quite like this figure because it just has a lot of printing. And here we have the back, and of course it is a Stormtrooper, so it comes with the one and the only clone face. Yay! The exact same clone face that we always see, and you'll see that the back doesn't have any printing at all on the face. So overall, I actually think that this is a really cool set, even though it doesn't appear in any of these Star Wars movies, and it didn't really appear a lot in the Star Wars Freemaker Adventures series. I think this is a really nice ship. It's a really unique model, and I think it's a really nice slick design. And honestly, I've had this for a while now, and it looks so good on display. I would definitely recommend buying this set, and even for kids, I would definitely recommend buying it because it's just a really nice model to have. I know I'm really proud to own this thing, and there is a decent amount of play features as well. And I think the figures are just amazing. They're really good figures. I would just say that my only point of concern is that none of the figures actually come with an alternate face, which is pretty unfortunate. And this front part here, because you can see the pins, and I'm not a massive fan of that. So with that being said, everybody, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy, then please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So with that being said, peace out, see you later, and bye bye.